All right, hey violins. We're working on our F major scale as a part of our bonus assignments this week. Typically, like all of the scales we've done in the past, have been ones that dealt with sharps in our key signature. This is going to be our first one that deals with flats, which is something we haven't seen, just too often. They pop up from time to time. Mostly we deal with sharps and stuff on our key signature, but we really need to understand and learn how to do flats as well. So I'm going to be walking you guys through your F major scale. This one, by far, I think most violinists would agree, is our toughest one. So this one's going to take a little bit of work and a little bit of patience and a good ear to make sure you're really listening and making sure you're playing the right notes. So let's just walk through this one measure, one note at a time, so we really understand and nobody's getting lost and we are able to play the scale cleanly. So first things first, we're going to be starting on a good old low second finger for F natural here on our D string, because F natural is in the key signature. There's no sharp, no flat, nothing on F, so it's F natural. So F followed by G, A, and here right off the bat in the very first measure, we kind of have a little toughie thrown at us. Low first finger because this is B flat after all, and we want to make sure we're not on the tape. If we're on the tape here, that's going to be B natural, and that's the wrong note. Low one. Low one, remember, doesn't mean you scoot your finger back a little bit lower. It means halfway between the tape and the end of the fingerboard here. So low one for this B flat. C, third finger D, open E, another low one, right? Low one is extremely important for the scale because we've got two. In fact, in this entire scale, there's not a single time where our first finger is going to be on the tape because we're starting on F natural on the D string and then everything else is low one. So make sure you're careful playing low one every single time. So that brings us all the way up to here. Low first finger on our E string. G, make sure you're past the tape. They're not on the tape. If you do like a low one or a low two like we're used to for playing G, you're going to actually be playing F natural or G flat. So make sure, yes, hello Taco. Second finger on G here. Here's our first shift. Remember, in scales or just any music, anytime you see a dash one or a dash any number, that indicates a shift has occurred and our hand needs to shift up, and we're going to, remember the Roman numerals tell us which position we're in. We are going to third position. So where our third finger is used to going on our instrument, first finger is just going to take its place instead. So first finger A in third position. Then we have a low two for B flat, right? If we do a high two, that's going to be B natural. Low two for B flat. Then we have another shift. This is the one scale we've got where we've got to shift twice. It's kind of tricky, but we can do this. We can do this. Shift up to fifth position. So I've got fourth position marked here, and that's where our high two would have been there on our violin. We're going to shift just half a step past that. And here, while we're kind of like figuring out the notes and stuff on our scales, where we want to be using our ears. So here's a C. So listen to that. Play it again. So here's our B flat. There's our C. Let's see if we match pitch. Clearly, I'm a little flat, so I'm going to scoot up a little bit. Let me hear that note again. That's about where we want to be. Yeah, so kind of pluck and make sure your note matches that C. High 2 for D. That sounds good to me. E. That's a high 3. H3 means high 3. I don't know if you can hear this, how well my microphone's picking this up, but that sounds right. We want to match that pitch. Landing on low 4 F. And because we're so high up on our instrument now, you can see 3 and 4 have to be like literally as close as you can get, right? Now, if you've got smaller hands, then, maybe you could be a little more flexible with it. I accidentally hit the space bar. Stop playing. You can be a little bit more generous with the space, but for the most part, that low 4 is going to be like right on top of it. All right, and then from here we just work our way backwards. Pinky, that high 3, we can kind of look back and mirror what finger we're supposed to be on. That was that second finger. D, first finger C. Oh, this is left over from my last scale. Sorry about that. So here's where we shift back to third position to that low 2. Shift low 2. So we're in third position. First finger's here. Second finger is low for that B flat there. And then first finger A. And then our last shift down to G. And then F natural. All right. So if I were you guys and I was really wanting to get this down because we got to deal with all region next year, and you might have a crazy judge that wants to hear F major a billion times from every single violinist in the southern half of the state. I don't know why they would do that, but it's possible. I would definitely practice from measure 2, or that I can't count, that's measure 3, to measure 4, 5, and 6. So these 3 measures. Just working on the shift to third position, and then fifth, really focusing on these 4 notes. All right? I'm going to play this through in half notes. You're more than welcome to follow along with me. If you want to slow the video down, remember, you can click the little cog wheel at the bottom and slow the playback to make the playing slower so you can really focus on like pitch accuracy and playing the right fingerings for these sections. All right, here we go. 1, 2, ready, go.